Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a Galarian Darmanitan deck from Darkness Ablaze. The Galarian Darmanitan that we're having a look at, it's got two attacks. The Blizzard for 1 water, 2 colorless, does 80 damage and 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. A little bit meh on a stage 1 Pokemon, but we're really liking the crushing Headbut attack. So it's 4 Engies for 170 damage, but then you can't use this on this attack on the next turn with the Galarian Darmanitan. But the fact that it's got a second attack here for another 80 can be handy, so we can still at least attack on the next turn, assuming that our Galarian Darmanitan doesn't go down. However, often it's going to, so we need a way to pay for this attack cost, A, the first time, and then B, repeatedly. So we are partnering him, of course, with the Frostmoth, because the Frostmoth allows us, as often as we like during our turn, to attach a Water Engie from our hand to one of our bench Pokemon, and we can get Water Engies into our hand really nicely with things like Capacious Bucket and also Engie Retrieval. So we've got a very high count of them both. The Capacious Bucket to get them out of our deck to begin with, and then as these things start going down, the Engie Retrievals to quickly get them back from our discard back into our hand, so that way we can continue attacking right through the match. Now, we've also got a 1 copy of Training Core in here. I threw this in here a little bit later because I just found getting that extra Engie from the discard here and there was nice. Plus, I wasn't playing any stadiums to begin with, so that's here now. And we're also playing the Keldeo GX. So the Keldeo GX is more here for, like, I added it for its GX attacks, the Resolute Blade, 50 times the number, like 50 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So if you think of Attendus, for example, if they bench out, suddenly we can get a Resolute Blade GX on one shot and the turn is VMAX. And that can come out of complete nowhere as well, so that's kind of nice. But it's the Pure Heart ability actually comes in handy here and there as well. Every now and again you can just slow an opponent down by chucking a Keldeo GX into the active, and then they've got to work out, you know, either getting a V or a single prize Pokemon into the active to try and deal with the Keldeo GX. So it certainly has its role within the deck, and I kind of like that as well. For set up and assist Pokemon, we've got Zacian here for the Intrepid Sword. It's just really good in the early turns to be able to do Intrepid Sword with the Zacian. And we've got Dede here as well, just to churn through our deck a little bit, so a bit of draw through. We're playing Birdkeeper as well, because Birdkeeper, we're a deck that needs to be able to switch in and out of the active a lot, so Birdkeeper provides us an option with that, to maybe get switch and draw and then use an Air Balloon to get back into a Darmanitan or something like that. So we've got the usual 4/4 count of money, research, couple of bosses here to try and make the most of our Darmanitan's attacks, and yeah, that's kind of the deck. So let's get into those matches. Alright. Am I risking my Snom first up? We'll start this way. I feel like the Darumaka is the better call in the active, but you never know. Get rid of a Retrieval. I could regret that later. Okay, I could regret that now. We'll get another Snom, I guess. For the moment, we'll hold there. So my Zacian is prized. Certainly wasn't worth losing a Retrieval over that. But at least we've got double Snom down. Hate to see the Marnie into a bricked hand. Fantastic. Fantastic. Hate to see it. Okay, we're both bricked, but he's got Engie attachments. We'll have to attach here. We'll get that down as well. Marnie out. It's unfortunate that I'm having to Marnie, but what can you do? Looks like we're just NG attaching and passing again, sadly. I'm surprised he didn't ram that last turn. Charizard, okay. Well, that's good for us, seeing that. So if I can get myself going, we hopefully have a good Professors on the next turn. We've got a Crobat coming. I have thought about getting a Crobat into this deck. It's just deck space, it's so tight. I mean, I suppose we could give up on the stadium game. That might be one way to think about it. It's got the research, okay. So he's up and rolling just about. He just needs candy and he's good to go. Getting another Zard down. I would have never guessed with these guys. I mean, it makes sense to an extent, but I would never guess that it was a Zard deck, to be honest. We don't want a Bird Keeper here. Just want an NG attach and research. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's all I need to get the KO right now. So I feel like this is fine to hold for a turn. We don't need to panic just a minute. For that, we'll Capacious Bucket though. Grab a couple of energies out. Use the retreat to this guy. Kind of want a Quick Ball, so we will. Go and get ourselves out another Darumaka. Are you serious? We've prized 2 of them. Okay. And we've prized our... Ooh, we've prized a lot of attackers just a minute. I'll think what it's called in a sec. But we have prized a lot of attackers, a lot of relevant Pokemon. And we didn't pull any. So I've only got 1 Darumaka left. But we can Bird Keeper. So we got the candy straight up. So we'll have the KO here, I would imagine. And I've got a lot that I need to hit. So yeah, he has the KO here. I mean, there's a chance I could get the KO back, but I'm only seeing 3 more cards before the Dead-A. And given that all my... Keldeo GX is the card that I was thinking of. But given all my... It's not that. Given like a lot of my attackers are prized, I've got a serious issue right now. I've got horrible prizing. We're Dead-A changing this hand. We've got no choice. We'll just have to get this guy out. I've got all my moths. So off this Dead-A, we're going to have to hit absolute gold. Capacious Bucket. Depends how many water energies I've got. I mean... I think it's okay. Oh no, it's not, because... We're not attacking this turn. So we buy our opponent another turn. This is my last hope of getting any... I'm going to grab you out, because you're the hardest to find, because I've only got 1 of you left. And you're literally my last hope, so... This stage, there's probably not any point using a Capacious Bucket because I'm pretty sure I've already NG attached for turn. So we'll do that. Am I running away from my Snom? I don't think I am. Like seriously, 3 of the prize cards are like Keldeo and 2 Darmanitans. That's what's saving this Zard right now, is just the horrendous prizing that I've had. We threw a boss last turn, didn't we? Yeah. Because I'm assuming these guys will probably come into attack after this. And this is going to get 2 prize cards worth for its trouble. Come on, I need a moth. Give me a moth. I really can't afford to throw away all these capacious buckets, but I need to see some Pokemon. I mean, that's the second energy. I'll get one from the training court. We're gonna money. There's the moth, there's the final energy. So we'll get a moth down. Training court. Ice dance. This one to you. This one to you. How much do these hit for? 130. Which isn't enough, believe it or not. How about we put this back. Go and get a snom down. At least we can get the KO here. And hopefully get some... Thank you. At least like get something out of the prizes that's an attacker. Because when I lose this guy, I don't have much more to go to. I mean, I might be attacking with frost moths here. And that'll be a sad day. I'm actually legitimately using frost moths to attack. I don't have any draw support at the moment. And he's got the KO instantly back at me. And the fact that I don't have any draw support, like, I'm gonna lose because of just terrible prizing. It's frustrating. Despite hitting for weakness. Just absolutely horrid prizing. I need to hit a draw support off this, otherwise it's game. If I don't hit a draw support, we're done for. Okay, so we're still in it. There is still a chance. There's nothing in my deck that I feel like I could want rather than Zacian. Am I just dropping Zacian down? I feel like I am. Yeah. We research off of this. We get a capacious bucket. What have I got left in here? Not a lot. So we get enough this turn. So we're training court back. We're gonna have plenty of energies this turn actually. So in terms of energies, we're okay. So Ice Dance to you, to you, to you, and to you. I've got to think about my prizing situation. So I've got one. I'm gonna pull either Keldeo or Darmanitan. That's what I am gonna pull. I can't guarantee I'm going to get both, so I actually think I need to hold energy retrieval here. So that way I've got the option to go into either. I think that's too important. So we now are crushing Headbutt. Get rid of that Zard. Okay, we got the Darmanitan, so... And we get the Keldeo. So we need 3 NGs. If training court stays in, we get those 3 NGs. He needs 3 prize cards, so I don't think he can get that this turn. So I think we're going to get out of this. But it wasn't looking good for a long time there. Some extremely awkward prizing to say the least, but we're going to get out of this easily. So 3 energies is all we need. So we're saved by that stadium to an extent. I mean, we could have probably manied or researched our way into something anyway. So we'll end your retrieval. Grab these two. Keldeo down. Training court. One of these guys. Ice dance. Our way to victory. Besides, we only need 1 prize card, so we could have bossed or something as well. Doesn't really matter. We've got game here, so we'll just skip out. There's no weakness guard. Just had to check that. Resolute Blade. Hit for weakness, hit that 400. And Keldeo gets us over the line. So, some awkward prizing there. Yeah, I'm strongly considering a Crobat into this deck. There's no reason not to chuck Zacian, is there? I know we're going second. Psychics, Vitality with Training Core. Oh no. This is going to be a coin flippy deck, isn't it? It's going to be that coin flippy Dragapult. I can just tell. I feel like we're heading for coin flippy Dragapult. No, we've got Tina Chomp. Okay. Do we look into a potential Keldeo? Straight down. Okay, that's damage spread by memory or evolution? I can't remember. I don't have any Mews to protect any of this. The discard 1 Pokemon is pretty cruel as well. Although that stops all effects of attacks. I've learnt that. I think Keldeo is the way to go. If we can. But these, whatever you're setting up behind, I feel like it's going to have Keldeo covered. Tempered Sword. Still don't find any draw supporters, but at least we get quick balls, so we've got a... We've got options at least to Dead A change, hopefully. Titan Liza. Yeah, so it's the damage spread. So enforce damage spread enough, maybe we have a hope. But you're not one-shotting these things, which is bad. Unless I use a Darmanitan's attack to get what I need first. I just realised we got Marnie sitting in hand. So maybe we don't need to Dead A. I like the idea of trying to get to a Darmanitan, to be honest. Got Melon Lana. You're benching a lot. But even with the GX, I'm only hitting 250 if he benches out. So we need to hit into this first. I feel like a Darmanitan's attack is more ideal than anything else. So we're going to have a linear. It's 40. I really feel like even your full evolution is not high. It's Frostmoth's 90. Ice Dance to the Keldeo. I'm thinking we'll drop Ordinary Rod. Grab ourselves out Probably a second Snom, because I feel like you're going to target that first one. We'll grab a second Snom just a minute. Marnie up. Capacious Bucket. Ice Dance to you. Are we NG attaching to you? I feel like we are, rather than using the air balloon. I'd like the air balloon on someone else just in case I need to work that way. So we'll retreat this way. We'll Ice Dance this one to you. And for the moment, we'll go with the Sonic Edge. We could see a GG end. Be interesting. We're not going to see a GG end with another fighting. Oh, this does take out the Frostmoth though. But we can GX attack to get the KO on the next one. Just really depends how much of a concern this damage spread is. Oh no, it's if your opponent's Pokemon has any, so it doesn't, yeah, so you can't get to that. That's fine, that's fine. For the moment, we'll air balloon the Zacian. Yeah, right. And then we'll money out. So we're in GX attack here. Got NG retrieval. Do we have 2 in there? Not just yet, so we'll wait. We'll get you evolved. We'll get you evolved. At the moment, I feel like we don't need to Dead A. We'll just Resolute Blade GX. Get rid of this. I have to admit, this Keldeo is absolutely carrying right now in the last few matches. It's just one of those cards that, in the right circumstance, Keldeo is really, really good. So we don't have any Mew to protect the bench, unfortunately. So that makes me sad, but it's 20 till the bench. We're probably now trying to work into this guy, if we can. So we'll Ice Dance, get all these NGs to him. We're going to get rid of Amani, grab ourselves out another Darumaka. Kind of wish I had the balloon on you now. Oh well. Am I wanting to one-shot this, or do I just go with the 80 so then I can... Do I 80 up twice? Not 100% sure what the right call of that one is. Or do I just Sonic Edge and just leave it for later? We've got boss's orders for later anyway. I think we just Sonic Edge here. I think that's the right play. Because on the next one we can boss's orders this Noibat if he doesn't get it evolved. We'll take a double prize card turn with the Galarian Darmanitan. Training Court's nice of you to do that for me. And then it forces really the Tina Chomp to come back in, and then that's all we've got to deal with after that is the Tina Chomp. So you could go and get the Frostmoth now if he wants that this turn. No, just wants to spread. Okay. I mean, I've got to be careful of the damage spread that is happening on my bench just a minute as well. We don't want a Bird Keeper, we want a Bosses this turn, which means that we're just running a manual retreat. And then your manual attachment on, so that's fine. Although, do we want to get a nice big hit on the Tina Chomp right now? Because that's a 160. If I hit in on the Tina Chomp, yeah, I actually think the Tina Chomp is the one that we pull up. Yeah, get 110. Because then you're within this range. I like that. I like that a lot better, to be honest. Yeah. So, might as well grab that water energy back since we can. And then Ice Dance that one to you. And then we'll just Sonic Edge. So we can pick off the Frostmoth here. But we can manually retreat out to our Darmanitan on the next one. Or we can Bird Keeper out actually. So he's got to get out of the active now. Otherwise it's game. He's already lost one switch. So I guess the idea of this deck is to spread, get all the damage counters on, then finish with Tina Chomp. I think that's probably what he was going for. So, okay. Obviously doesn't understand how that works. But we'll Bird Keeper. Either that or he's just given up. And we'll Crushing Headbutt for the win. Beautiful. Keldeo, you're carrying your weight in this deck. I like the Keldeo in this deck. It's carrying its weight in gold. Alright, this is going to be a test of can we get up and going in time when we go first. It's going to be a hard one. I mean, yes, we can go our Frostmoth down. Galarian Darmanitan. We've got a second Darmanitan. We're getting Frostmoth because that's just too important. Sorry, Frostmoth, Snom. I should have actually checked the state of affairs in the deck. Oh well. Chuck the water energy to you. And yeah, we'll hold it there. So we got Lucario Melmetal. Potentially going to see a full metal wall turn 1. Wouldn't be surprised if we did. Possibly should have air ballooned on just in case we hit Marnie. I don't really want to energy retrieval, but if I'm throwing away with research, which I am going to, I think we pull that in for sure. Okay. Good bit of energy acceleration plus single energy Kurtka. Okay. Interesting. Just needs the switch. Okay, we don't see a turn 1 full metal wall, which surprises me a little bit, to be honest. Alright, we'll air balloon here. This could be a nuisance, the full metal wall turn 2 though. So that's something I just have to be a little bit aware of. I don't think there's anything I can do to play around it. I think we just take the swing. I mean, at least I get a decent hit in. We can't actually get a good attack off right now, which makes me a bit sad. So I think we're just holding. Yeah. I don't really want to research this hand. I'm a bit worried about that full metal wall GX attack, just discarding my entire like all my energies. Gonna see a switch. Really don't want to lose these energy retrievals. So we might be looking at a bird keeper. A reluctant bird keeper. We need an energy card. Let's go and pull in the Darmanitan. Bird keeper to the Frost Moth. I just don't want to lose the energy retrievals. There's the energy card. Good. So we'll now whack that on you. Retreat to you. Get this down. Energy attach. Just a crushing headbutt. We could see a Full Metal Wall GX here. And if we do, it's not the end of the world because we can just switch out energy retrieval twice and then swing again. And then we're using the research. I'm expecting to see him start swinging. We could have actually gone Keldeo. This could be our follow-up attacker actually. Force him into something else. I mean, Steel Fist. It's only attaching to this Pokemon. I've got to be aware of the Full Metal Wall GX effect though. That's my only concern right now. What do we want to do? Go Keldeo or do we go... I'm worried that I've only got one switch left in deck. I've got one bird keeper, so there's only two switching options left in deck. I say we Ice Dance. We'll chuck 3 onto the Keldeo. Then 1 onto this Darumaka. Professors. See, this is the part that I don't like. I'm glad we've got the Keldeo, but we're going to see a Full Metal Wall GX on the next turn. I guess that is what it is. We'll ditch the money. Go get ourselves out. Oh, wow. How many Darumukas did I prize? A few by the looks. We'll grab this out. We've still got a Dead-A for later as well. Want to hold this NG. Retreat. We'll just... We're only hitting 150 if we go with that, so we'll just hit the Sonic Edge for now. So I'm expecting the Full Metal Wall. Why didn't that discard my NG? Doesn't that usually discard NG? Why did that not discard the NG? Does that stop effects of attacks as well? I didn't actually realize it stops effects. Oh, it does! That's amazing! I love this Keldeo in the deck. It's been too long since I've played with Keldeo. Alright, mulligans. Well, we have the Snom Darumaka straight up. We're probably Dead-A changing out of this hand, to be fair. Right now. we are definitely 100% Dead changing out of this hand. Because we need to be reasonably quick in this. I know having Dead down isn't like all that flash, but we need to be quick. And if we're not, we're in a lot of trouble. So we got Marnie for next turn. Hitting 20 is just not enough for next turn. See what happens. Okay, we got a pre-rotation version of this. Very interesting. I mean, obviously there's cards here that will make pre-rotation of this a lot stronger than post-rotation. Well, you'd think it would anyway. You definitely would think it would. Alright, so we need to hit Frostmoth and a ton of energies. Frostmoth and 2 energies. And your evolution. Off of 5 cards. Oh, I've got your evolution. Okay, Frostmoth and 2 energies. I mean, if we can get the first KO, I feel a little bit better. Especially since Dead is about to hit by the looks. Or if Dead hits, I feel a lot better about things. So we need Frostmoth, 2 energies. Come on, Frostmoth, 2 energies. We got Frostmoth. We've got 2 energies. Okay, beautiful. I mean, we got what we're after. Energy retrieval. We just didn't get any, like, support after this turn, but we'll take that. Our starts. This to you. This to you. We'll retreat. The big problem I have for next turn, like, I can't endure retrieval now. I've really got to hope that we hit into some kind of draw sport. That is not draw sport. I need draw sport desperately, and at worst 1 energy card, but probably draw sport. Maybe I should have attached the Frostmoth, because there's potentially, unless this thing's attacking, which it probably is. Yeah, it definitely is. I wouldn't mind, to be honest, for this turn, he bosses up the Dead. If he bossed up the Dead, I'd be sitting there going, you know what, I'll take that. I just think that's wishful thinking. Oh, he doesn't have enough to KO it. Oh, that is massive for me. And I got a draw sporter. And he folded. Oh well. There you go. I mean, we've got... Oh, this is not good. Snobby up front. I'm glad you're mulliganing for me. I need all the cards I can get after looking at this hand. Oh, mulliganing 4 times. I don't like what I'm seeing though. I have my concerns. We finally get a... Yeah. Told you I did not like what I was seeing. Chuck this down. Probably don't want to chuck anything too much more down here. Wow, we got some Frostmoths. Like there's a high chance. I'm gonna grab Zacian here. Gonna Capacious Buckets. These 2. Oops, what am I doing? Intrepid Sword. Alright, so we got Pokecoms as well. So we got a Moth that we can get down. Probably want to go nearly double Moth down here. I hope you come up against a lot of Eternaduses. I'm not a fan of Dragon Pop. Just because, like, it's okay when you're playing big V decks or decks that can one-shot this. But when you're requiring evolutions, this is just, yeah, not a fun guy. So he's going to tool scrap me. That's fine. We can endure retrieval anyway. We can make a lot happen here. I think we probably are running a Marnie here. Do we want Keldeo? Probably not. Probably not. But maybe. We need to get the retreat play first, so it's this. We need 4 energies on, which means I need 3 attachments. I actually think we Bird Keeper this turn. I think we Bird Keeper this turn rather than Marnie. I feel like that's the play that we're going to go after. Alright, so if we're going to go after that, let's end your retrieval now. We're going to Ice Dance. Am I accepting this goes down the next turn? Or am I forcing him to have something else? I think we force him to have something else to get it. So we'll drop Keldeo here. Grab ourselves the Darmanitan. Oh, we've got 2 Darmanitans prized again. Are you serious? Okay. So Keldeo is probably going to be needed sooner than later. We're going to Bird Keeper our way here. Alright, we're going to go with the Crushing Headbutt. Get as much damage on while we can. See what she's got. I'm just aware of the fact that she chose not to get anything out of her greens to help with support, which means that she's likely got everything she wants in hand. It's the reason why I'm nerd for such a long time about whether Marnie was the right play, try and disrupt at least a little bit. Because the green, she went and got no extra supporter. She went with Disruption instead. Alright, so it's 170 on. If we can hit another 170 on the next turn, would be brilliant. But it's far from guaranteed. Yeah, so she did. So what do we need to hit it? A switch. And it's actually a switch and play. Although, yeah, it's a switch and. So we'll probably go to this guy, I'm assuming. Yeah. We're pulling out a Moth here. I think we are, because we're going to research this hand. Just a minute. We're going to Marnie. Pull out the Moths, because we don't want to draw into that. So we need either double switch or switch and... No, double switch is literally it. Oh no, switch and air balloon, so the air balloon's still here. So chances of it happening are very, very, very small. I think we just let that go into the discard. We hit single switch, which we can attack with Keldeo. Does Keldeo get the effect off that we need. Not this turn. But I think we need to start setting up our next attacker. So the question here... Oops. Do we drop Keldeo down or not? I feel like Keldeo doesn't go down unless we see more actually hit. So, pity there wasn't more bench Pokemon. Alright, well, Moth. Get these happening. I actually just thought Keldeo might be the way to go here. There's such an easy way he can take that out. Oh well. We'll just have to Blizzard. Like, there is a chance that she just drops Scoon to take it out. A very good chance. If she does, she could double Goon here and then get another 5 damage counters wherever she wants. I think we've got to go into Zacian if we see that. And just use our switch out. Drop Keldeo, because that's our only other sort of attacker. Gonna see a boss. Okay, so you're gonna deal with all attackers at once. This is why I hate Dragapult. Absolutely hate it. So it was a good move. Alright, so we can get 2 energies. We're Marnieing to try and find the third. Try and get rid of this first one. Alright, so we're attacking, that's fine. We haven't got any issues with that. Trying to get the other prize card is going to be a big challenge. Oops. Last dance. Possibly should have waited on that. Oops. Ice Dance. Grab that. To you. Might as well Ice Dance them both to you. Switch over. Marnie. My only hope is to start setting up another one of you guys. Sonic Edge. The fact that I didn't hit double switch really killed as well. Like, 3-shotting is just not good enough against it. Hopefully the Marnies disrupt a little bit. See a Dole go down. Okay, got the Dragapult V Max. Greens. Okay. So setting up boss for a double KO next turn. I think we've got a Marnie and Disrupt again. Gonna stamp me. Ouch, that hurts. Oh, we get into our Marnie, so that's fine. I've got to get out of Keldeo. I don't think I can protect it. I just don't think we can protect it. Like, you look at this. Keldeo's got 4 damage counters. You've got 2. I mean, there's an outside chance. This probably isn't running goons now I think about it, because it's running greens. Yeah. When's your retrieval? Ice Dance these 2 to you. Get that to you. Marnie. Alright, so we got you. Capacious Bucket. We don't have Dead in deck, which means that it's stuck in prizes, which makes me really sad. Gonna have to retreat. Crushing Hammer. Fortunately, we're not gonna do enough. We really aren't. This gets it anyway when I think about it. There's no way I could get around it. Oh well, I look forward to the demise of this as Eternus becomes more prevalent. So that way evolution decks have more of a fighting chance. And it is time to give you my final thoughts on the deck. So the Galarian Darmanitan, I am appreciative that Pokemon are giving, like, you know, a stage 1 Pokemon like this a attack that hits for 170, because in my opinion, if they're going to make single prize card Pokemon even slightly fun to play with in the modern meta, they need to give a minimum of 170 now, because you've got Pokemon there like VMAX that easily have over 300 HP and often like 340 for Eternus, for example, and there's ways to even make that higher. And the reality is, if you cannot two-shot them, even as a single prize card deck, even if you're three-shotting, you just have no chance in the match. So especially given how many resources we have to throw to be able to use an attack like this in comparison to those big, you know, big VMAX Pokemon. So I'm appreciative of that, but it is like huge, heavy resource intensive deck, and a combo deck with the Frostmoth that you need to be able to pull off together and be able to use the Frostmoth to NG attached to the bench. You know, it's useful having the Capacious Buckets and the NG Retrievals here, but we need them in high counts. We also need the Frostmoth off out in high counts to be able to keep it as consistent as possible. So there's a lot going on here to put together, and I don't mind that, as long as the payoff is at least reasonable. So I give Pokemon credit for that. 170 is still on the lower side of things in terms of if they've got healing or something like that. And it's especially awkward since we have to move out of the active to be able to use that. Often we're going down against those kinds of decks anyway, so I guess that's not as huge an issue in that regards. But a bit of fun to play with. I enjoyed trying to get this thing up and rolling. Going to give it an 8 out of 10 for my enjoyment rating. Things that I would think about is I want to try and get a Crobat in the deck, whether you replace a Zacian with a Crobat, because Zacian's here really for early game benefit, doesn't have any other benefit, you know, mid to late game. So a Crobat might fit better for the Zacian, although I wouldn't mind Crobat alongside Zacian, whether you drop a Moth down to a 2 count or try and find room elsewhere just to get a Moth down to be able to get you that, not a Moth, a Crobat down to try and get you that bit of extra boost through the match. But that's probably the big thing that I was thinking of adding to the deck. Maybe Pokemon Recovery as well is something that you might consider. It was there in the early matches. I replaced it with Training Court. Oops, that's not Training Court. With Training Court, because I just won the stadium and I just found that Training Court gave you that extra energy at times, and you're really sad if you miss out on that extra energy, so if you're 1 energy short. But that's the deck list. Like I said, giving an 8 out of 10 for my enjoyment rating. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like. Until next time, I'll catch you later.